Chris.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see. I'll put it in. Oh yeah, I should put it in.
Hey guys.
I'll put it in. I don't know why it's just this taking.
Hola.
Hey Doug.
Uh-oh. Sorry.
Yeah, you're good. All about it.
Hey, Marco.
What Broski?
That's weird. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I don't know why Jitsi has been so weird on my computer. It just like kicks me off randomly. I just drop. Even good internet, bad internet. I don't know. So just a warning in advance.
Yeah.
But
I've seen you getting kicked on and off a few times now.
Yeah, I don't know why. But hey, well, let's get this party started. I think we can start a little bit early. I think we have a good crew here already. So let's start with what did you do last week? I can. Well, does anyone else want to start first?
Yeah.
No? Okay, I can kick it off. So it's again, it's intentions, distractions, and what did you do last week is the check-in. So last week, I've been talking to a lot of people with the Common Stack, organizing for advisors. We already got Jordy and Simon to be advisors, and now it's about pursuing the Argon guys and Trent and a bunch of other guys that I have meetings coming up with. And can you guys hear me okay?
Yeah, I'm just looking for a notes link, but Riot's crashing like hell on me, and my computer's on.
Oh, I'll put it in the Jitsi chat.
Thank you.
Okay, and then other things. We onboarded a new dev this week, Andre. However, I haven't had enough of a time to check in with him. Been doing a lot of logistics. We had a bunch of stuff stolen from us in Cape Town, and have to buy clothes and stuff like that. So it's been a little bit of a pain. Also, my ledger and phone was taken, backup phone. So I had to do like a total crypto security overhaul and all this stuff. So that was kind of a pain. And it's even worse for Kirch. He's got a lot more work than I do. And then, but there was some good progress made on the Common Stack and the negative. We had a few good meetings. We synced up with Abby, Zargum, and Jeff and I, so that was good. And we also had a good meeting with the XO guy, Sean, who has been promoting the company. Went over to his house last night in Cape Town. I connected with him, and I'm sure I did a bunch of other random stuff, and getting back into the swing of things. But after Africa Burn. But yeah, that's probably enough. Intentions for the meeting, just to have a good meeting and to settle up on Barcelona plans for our meeting so everyone can buy plane tickets and all that jazz. And distractions, I'm not distracted at all. I will pass it to Jeff.
Okay, good, because a lot of my last week was reflected in what you were saying as well. So Africa Burn, absolutely awesome. We got home and got right back into it. A couple meetings with Zargum. One thing that Griff did not mention is I'm moving forward with Zargum on the This Notebook is Always on Sale campaign, kind of exploring a Harbinger tax for physical asset with a digital twin NFT. So this is something that's never really been tried before. They're bringing in Materium and some other legal experts. It is definitely FutureBox related to Common Stack. I don't think it's immediately applicable to like our MVP and what we're looking at, but really interesting kind of side project. I also don't anticipate it taking up a whole ton of time. Otherwise, yeah, meeting with Sean really went well. Went really well. Again, kind of future box for common stack integration. But IXO has some really interesting use cases and ties into the larger vision of what we're doing quite nicely. Other than that, working on a couple of articles, hoping to have some in draft, and I will send out to Chris and Josh and anyone else who is interested in a first draft read and some recommendations, and hoping to start publishing next week. And I will have a steady stream of articles coming out at that point. Top priority is still narrative and pitch deck, which Griff and I have some chats coming up with Abby and some other work on that. Intentions for the meeting, great to sync up again, and happy to hear what's going on and prep for Barcelona and getting together with everybody. Distractions, none. And I will pass it on to Danny.
Hey, can you guys hear me all right?
Yep.
Cool. Well, this week I've been working on some of the event planning to get us out to Barcelona. So looking through the forum to put together a little bit of our agenda. I'm sure we'll talk about that pretty soon. Working around DAP development and keep engaged in the chat. Coming up with and strategies for the redesign for 2.0 with a focus on the donor experience first. So hopefully we'll talk about that in the fireside chat too. Also been doing a meeting, learning a little bit of speed to build a personal page with some recommendations from Kyle. So doing some courses to learn a little bit more about programming, and doing an 11-week course with a team on systems thinking, which has a lot of really awesome things that'll feed into what we can do when we're together in Barcelona. So I'm really excited about that. And also one on regenerative systems, which I think will play really well for us when we get together as well. Bringing Etherbank up as a new campaign, doing a lot of month-end reward DAO work to get milestones created by people, updating the tutorials, the screenshots, wiki, and love what Bowen's doing. I hope we get to hear more about the bridge monitor in our call today, because I see some pretty cool stuff there. I feel like that's probably the bulk of what the last week has held. My intentions are to engage in those conversations around the Lumio and hear what people have to say, incorporate to the next steps, and I don't really have any distractions right now. So, Bowen, have you gone yet?
No, I have not. Hey, everybody, how's it going? My entire focus has been on working with Frederick on the bridge monitor, which hopefully, if I get one button position thing rolled out by the end of the day, everybody should be able to pay out their own milestones. It now has MetaMask verification, and it has pay buttons that will show up in an actions column if you are the recipient and logged in with MetaMask via that, or if you're a part of a whitelist, but that's a different thing. And for the security guard, the check-in and disperse all payments and delay buttons all work. So this is verified and tested, and Frederick's just fixing a couple of things, and we'll roll that out later today. It's really awesome, and I can show it to you later in the meeting. And I'm only distracted because I'm not feeling very well this morning. But my intentions for the meeting are to catch up to see what everybody else is working on. And who hasn't gone yet?
Me?
Oh, Lorelei.
Okay, thanks, Bowen. Okay, this week I was out in the desert at Africa Burn. Came back into the default world, had some rude awakenings. Yeah, and mainly I've just been dealing with life stuff. Been wearing these pants for like 4 or 5 days. They're the only ones I have because all the other ones got stolen. And yeah, just like catching up with everything in logistical world. I've been like touching back in with the business cards effort and with organizing the Giveth offsite time and getting back into my duties on the deck. And intentions for this meeting. Yeah, I just feel like there's good things to talk about for Barcelona and some kind of new decisions we came to today for how we'll guide our time there. And I'm here. Okay. Martha, do you want to check in?
Oh, you're not coming through there, brother.
Maybe unplug, replug the headphones.
Nope, still no. Okay, well, let's pass to Chris. Do you want to check in while he's trying to figure that out?
Sure. What I've done this week hasn't been too much because I've been sick most of the week. So I've done a communications meeting yesterday and just answering some messages and of people and following up on little stuff, but nothing big. So I hope I'll get my energy back. It's with me, the physical thing always goes together with the mental thing, unfortunately. So we'll see how that evolves. But I will just like make a regular reward for the hours I actually worked this week, trying not to stress myself too much. My intention for the meeting is just hearing what you guys are up to and seeing where I can help out. And distractions is, well, I'll just be cooking, that's all. And I give it to Marco if he's able to talk now.
No, I don't think he is.
Or
Did
to Josh.
Sure. If you feel like logging out and back in again, Marco, while I'm yabbering slowly. Oh, there is some. No, there isn't. Sorry, dude. Did it?
That's Josh too.
Oh no, and he probably thinks he's still talking. That's the worst. That's the worst is when you're talking and you get kicked off, and then you don't even know what's happening.
I feel like that's me most of the time.
Dude, it's like a disease, or it's contagious, or there's some kind of probability. Some Jitsi spins a roulette wheel, and someone's got to get it. Marco, are you there? No. You could always come in on your phone too. Sometimes that's what Danny would do. She would jump between computers and phones. Does anyone else have to go, or is it just Josh and Marco?
I think they're the last two.
I think so too. So Bowen, anyone can pay anyone, can't they?
What was that?
on the smart contracts, anyone can pay anyone, right?
Yeah, but I figured just as a safety solution, the button right now, the way that I have the code written, will only show if you're in the whitelist, which is meant to be the security guard and contract owner, or you are the recipient. So if you're the recipient, the pay button will show for you. The reason is I just don't want some random jackanape to come across the thing and start hitting pay buttons. I mean, not that it's a bad thing, but I figured at least for testing purposes right now, we've made all of them conditional, so they only show up. Well, here I can. It's super easy to show you, to be honest.
Well, here we got Marco and Josh back. So
oh, good.
Yeah.
Oh, never mind.
Can you guys hear me now?
yeah,
You guys hear me now?
yeah, we hear you.
Yes.
Here, why don't you
Wow,
go
that's
first?
great. Oh, man, finally. I have this is like a Jitsi issue. I don't know, because every time I connect with Jitsi, like there's no sound. So I don't know. It's I had all day via Zoom and it was perfect. So sorry about it. Anyway,
No.
yeah, sorry. Last week I really can't remember what I did last week. Like I'm getting overburnt. I have no idea. Sorry. This week also totally crazy. Mostly catching up on Riot and all kind of channels. With syncing up with everyone. Keeping my to-do list or growing my to-do list, so to say. So yeah, all things around that. Actually, we're setting up that design meeting. I guess it's on Monday, right? Is that confirmed or not? Yeah, cool. So Monday, that day. And also Danny sent me a bunch of user interviews, stuff that we should turn into some issues on GitHub, and that's on my to-do list as well. Danny also mentioned that system thinking course that I think it's amazing. And yeah, we gathered a team of 10 people, so it's 3 weeks long, 5 weeks long, how long I don't know, but it's going to be great. And I think it benefit a lot to the Common Stack group. So yeah, intentions syncing up with all of you. Sadly I won't be in Barcelona, but I hope you guys will have a lot of fun there and get some great ideas out of that gathering. But mostly Danny mentioned that we should go through some of the proposals for the next steps, and I'm interested to hear what's that gonna be. And yeah, distractions, a huge to-do list. Other than that, all cool. And yeah, Josh, if you want to go next, or you already were, I was the last one, right?
Sure.
Josh got booted, so yeah, go for it, Josh.
Yeah. Okay.
Cool. Well, I'll make it quick then. The only thing I remember of relevance, I could go through a list of kind of stuff that's not worth looking at, really, much like Marco's saying. But the thing of relevance is I'm learning Neo4j, which is a relational databasing language, because we'd like to map various types of communities as well as resources, relationships. If you look at reality, pretty much everything's a graph. So I'm learning language to index reality. That's about it. I'll let you know about more stuff later. I'll pass back to whoever is host, Lowy, I think.
Oh yeah, no, facilitator. I will take it, and I will say that it's time to do our only Lumio, which honestly we don't even have to do, but I think we should, because it's probably the main fireside chat anyway, and I love the reaction format. So if you're down, Danny, do you want to take it away on the proposal for Barcelona timing?
Sure. The main point of getting that out there is because people need to know dates so we can make travel arrangements. So from a high level schedule, we're looking, the proposal is arrivals can begin once you and Lorelei are there, which is the 28th. I think I might have written on the 29th because it felt like it would be important to give you, Lorelei, a moment to land before having more people start coming in. So arrivals the 29th and 30th, just arrival on the 31st so that we can all settle in and start our day together on the 1st of June. spend that week focused on our DACs and our circles all the way through Friday. And then we have the next, so that takes us through, I think, the 6th, at which point we're looking at an offsite. I know Cardona was being discussed. I'm hearing that that's probably not what we're going to do. So I'm excited to see what might be out there that wants us to show up for it instead on that next weekend. And then the closing date we have on there, I think, is I'm sorry, because my internet's slow. I don't have it in front of me.
Either the 9th or the 10th.
Yeah, and then I figured those who still have a couple extra days or are sticking around, we all drop back in Barcelona and write whatever we can write, get our public out of everybody who couldn't be there with us. Yeah, so that's the flow.
Cool. So the proposal, what was in short the proposal that we have the dates start from what day and end on what day?
Arrive by May 31st. Retreat goes from the 1st through the 6th for Giveth activities with supplemental common stack and others taking place from the 8th to the 10th, complete by the 11th.
Okay, nice. Any clarifying questions?
Is common stack time and Giveth time like, are people who aren't currently involved in the common stack, should they be like, oh, I don't need to include myself in that? Or is it like, oh, we want to invite them and they should feel encouraged to come during that time? What does that like weekend mean?
So the people was that we were a good 5 days of focus on Giveth strategy, understanding that there is a lot of conversation and things to understand about the common stack and all of that, but that we wanted to keep that separated. I know our agenda and schedule will be very loose, and they're both, I mean, I hear that there's separation, so we want to allow time for focused conversation on separately, but there's, of course, anybody is invited and encouraged to participate in both, right? And the whole point of Common Stack is to be able to be supportive of what we come up with for Giveth as well.
Okay, awesome. Second clarifying question, because I don't think you addressed this. Sorry. So does wrapping up everything by June 11th mean that people should buy their plane tickets home? Like they won't have a place to stay? Or is it okay for people to also plan to chill out? You know, if they have extra time, they can keep chilling at the hacker pad. And
So
I
again,
think kind of absolutely I just want people to know, like, as far as we're concerned, as long as it's not everybody, it's totally fine for people to stay and very welcomed. Like, I hope some people do. And so, yeah, like this proposal for having clarity on what days to buy your plane tickets for, it doesn't mean you have to leave June 11th. Just means that we'll be gone.
Activities won't be happening. You'd be on your own.
Cool. Reaction round. Who wants to start? Okay, I can start. Yeah, I think this will be a fun event. It'll be good to get people in sync. I feel kind of bad about the Cardona stuff. The common stack, the idea with Cardona was that we would, need more space when if people from the common stack come in and we kind of group the meetings, maybe there'll be a common stack meeting that weekend. But honestly, I think we're a little behind. The narrative is behind. We haven't really put ourselves out there asking for money yet, so it's going to be hard to meet our deadline and know that we can actually afford a Cardona adventure. And so it just doesn't make sense to do something, to commit to something, or if it's, we won't know until the last second beforehand. So that's kind of sad. But yeah, I think it'll be fun to get everybody together. We have a huge new place with like how many beds? Like 12, 13 beds in it. So, and if we need to overflow from there, there's a lot of empty floor space and common areas. So, yeah, I think it'll be fun to just have everyone under one roof and to really talk about the direction of the DAP and the Giveth community, and who knows what else we'll come up with to discuss. So I'm just really excited. I do hope that we can secure more funding so this can be a more common thing. Right now, this feels like an emergency event because it's been so long since we've all gathered. But you know, crypto winter seems to have mostly subsided. So hopefully, we will receive more donations and we can make this a normal thing. I will pass it to Jeff.
Really excited to catch up with everybody again. I think the face-to-face is a really valuable opportunity to move a lot of these things forward faster than we can when we're all in different parts of the world and time zones and everything like that. So really excited to explore a lot of these ideas with you guys. No objections on my end. And I will pass it to Bowen.
This really sounds exciting, guys. I don't see a way that I'm going to be able to make it. However, I'm hoping that at least at some point everybody will be in a room and I can make it in via video. That would be really awesome. Just to see everybody at the same time and wave hello from a distance. But everything sounds great to me, so no objections. Danny?
Yeah, well, kind of the proposal is just for anybody else that
Oh,
should react
sorry.
before.
I'll react. Yeah, it sounds great. I appreciate you putting through the details, Danny, and I'm really excited for all of this to happen. And that's all. I hope people do stay afterwards, because Arno, like our one solid full-time roommate, would love that. It's like lonely in the big house. So just keep that in mind when you're buying plane tickets.
Pass it.
Oh, right. Sorry, I've just passed my brain to notes. Chris.
Yeah, no objections from me either, of course. Yeah, I'll be there. I'm not sure if I'll sleep in the same house because I'm a lousy sleeper, as most of you know by now. So I might just like see if I can find like a cheap room very close by, so that I can be a productive contributor to it. And I pass it to Josh.
Yeah, sounds good. Thanks again to Danny for herding your cats and getting things going nicely. Loie had some good suggestions, as did Gus, who I'm full on endorsing for fun times. Yeah, no objections, so I'll just keep it brief and I'll pass it on to who's next. Marco.
Well,
he's gone.
No, not sure. I should engage in this conversation, right? I'm not coming to Barcelona. I mean, just like, yeah, I really hope you and I have an amazing time. And as Bowen said, maybe a video or some photos, you know, to pass over your vibe and energy to us over here, that would be great. Oh yeah, and
All right, everybody
passing-
gone?
I guess passing over to Griff again.
Yeah, I think Danny takes it. Everyone's
Back to
gone,
me.
right?
Danny, cool. Back to you, Danny. Sure.
Yeah, well, I love doing these things. I've hosted a lot of different types of organizational retreats and just bringing everybody together. Structure helps us really cohere and have from our time together, and also a lot of fun that build relationships is just an absolute joy. It's my favorite thing to do. So my reaction is I can't wait to contribute to all the things for so I guess at that point, after the reaction round, remind me, Griff, do we need to restate anything?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you can just say the proposal and amend and clarify, right? So you can just restate the proposal and then I say proposal passed.
Right, so everybody who can come will be arriving by the 31st. We will be in Barcelona from the 1st of June through the 11th. The response spreadsheet is also available on the Lumio. There's a couple people who can't stay for the duration. But for the sake of this proposal, those are the timeframes. And we'll have further proposals and discussions on how we'll set time together. And I believe at this point, the proposal is passed.
Proposal passed!
Sorry, there's an amendment that I meant to put in my comment, but I'm totally happy. If anyone who can make it on the 28th, like I can definitely use hands turning this house into like ready. And so there's no, Danny kind of mentioned maybe I want a day. I don't. I mean,
Okay.
like I'll just go to work and I'll take my day doing my work, like.
Mm-hmm.
So anyone who wants to come as early as the 28th. Yeah.
So that's a great amendment, and I think I might be one of the people who would be interested in that for sure. I think I'm going to be in Madrid for a couple of days before this event. So what would that look like? Could I come before and be there to welcome you, Lorelai?
Yeah, dude, I'm happy if you do that. We're actually, I'm seeing that we're arriving on Monday night. So the 27th at night.
Okay,
cool.
right.
Same time then.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
won't be outside.
I mean, in general, the Giveth office is an open office.
Yeah.
Like, there's no like, oh, you can't come early, you can't come. No, it's actually just always open.
Yeah.
Anytime you want to go to Barcelona, you have a bed. That's the whole point of it. I mean,
Please.
my God, like Peter, who I don't know if you guys remember Peter, he was like kind of interested in working with DAppNode. He's like a VC from San Francisco. His girlfriend is staying there right now. Okay, it's like an open hacker house. Luis from Oregon is gonna stay there in a week or so. It's just like kind of it's meant to be this thing that you swing into and swing out of when it feels right. So, yeah, always come on in.
Sounds like a beautiful place to swing in and out of.
Oh yeah, it's got a big flag, a big Catalonian independence flag, right?
I've seen it.
Yeah, but yeah, we're still on, Marco. Can you not hear us anymore? Oh no. Well, yeah. So now it's fireside chat. Do we have I guess I want to do just a quick question, Danny. Do we have like a spreadsheet where we're tracking when people are arriving or anything like that?
Yeah, I put the link. Yes, I have a spreadsheet of when people can arrive, but nobody's actually booked and committed. So that'll be the next spreadsheet to go up, is to capture people's. Go ahead.
We have a template that we usually use for this. So I'll just like copy that because we've tried it many a time, organizing houses for Thailand and Cardona and like Barcelona and all these spaces. So it has all the details,
Cool.
fields that we need.
I think I saw that document in the Giveth DAC folder, and that's where I put the RSV responses spreadsheet as well. So
Okay.
I didn't create a new folder for this retreat. I just went with where I saw previous event organizing files stored.
Okay, cool.
Cool. So we have.
Welcome back.
Yeah.
Do you have any topics, agenda topics they want to add to the fireside chat?
Yeah, I have a small one about the survey thing I asked earlier. I'm looking for those people's names, but I have a topic.
Okay. Next, any other topics?
Yeah, I'd like to talk about the DAP 2.0 redesign a little bit.
Yeah. Okay.
I could give like a 2-minute demo of the bridge monitor.
Oh, nice. Show and tell. Okay. Anything else, guys?
Something that I wanted, but I started writing down these ones. Oh yeah, if anybody has brainstorm ideas for like really super affordable, awesome things to do on the weekend that aren't Cardona, but still give us, more of a adventure feeling.
Cool.
Hiking in the
that's a good place.
mountains.
Yeah. So that's a good place to start. If you guys have anything else that comes to mind, just shout it out and we can add it to the agenda topics. We don't have to be so formal. Fine. So yeah, survey thing. Chris, what is the survey thing you speak of?
The survey thingy was the progression designer people. They came back to me after I came back to them with the feedback that we gave in the Lumio. And so they said that they actually are okay with letting us do that survey for free if there is some exchange of value. And they said, yeah, okay, we read also in the responses and also in your reaction that like the fact that you are a progressive organization, that data in itself might be valuable for us. We get that, but like we cannot like we need something else. So they then mentioned like, hey, do you have any proposal or any idea? So we would love to like let you guys do that like survey for free. But if you guys have any sort of idea of like what sort of value exchange could be possible, we're open to many things. They said, yeah, because most of you guys are digital natives, maybe there is some value that could come from that angle. I don't know exactly what they mean with that, but so say they just told me like, hey, we're flexible. We would love to collaborate with you guys, and we can let you guys do that survey for free. But we would love to have some sort of value exchange. So I was just go ahead.
Okay, so I've been wanting for months to do more like video blogging about like processes that in life, but also, like specifically in Giveth and what we're learning and like kind of the work structures that we use. And I think that could be a really cool, like it would be valuable for us and for them. Like just it would be like a prompt to like video diary about like what it's like going through their process. And what it reflects about teams like ours and the way that we work.
Oh yeah, that's a cool one.
And like, yeah, I don't know if they don't like video. There could be writing.
I think they're fine with that because it's also promotion for them.
Yeah.
That's a good one. Cool. I can propose that. Do you already have like a blog or anything where you have done that before, Lorelai, or
No, I have like video blogs that I've taken and never published, but yeah, I don't have something to show for this. They would be going off of a promise.
No, but I can of course tell them that we can like tweet, like if you make some sort of video diary of this process or your thoughts on this, then that we will retweet it with Giveth for sure, and that is for sure some promotion for them. Maybe I can propose that one.
We could. I mean, I'd be happy to show them how to accept crypto for payment and discuss or do like a free crypto consulting session.
That is a good one. Yeah. Because they don't know a lot about that one, and I think it's also a little bit what he meant with like digital natives, and it's like they want to really learn about that. It's like, so one of them I told you guys before is my job coach that I see once in every few months, and she's like every time like when I talk about crypto, she's like just like glued to it and like she wants to learn more. So I think she would be really into that. Yeah. I can offer a free crypto consulting round with the amazing Griff Green. That's always very valuable. Hello. Like if you would count like consulting hours for that, that's like more expensive than a free survey.
Yeah.
Okay.
Exactly. Cool. Anyone else have any ideas on that, or shall we move to the next topic? Sounds like next topic.
Cool.
DApp 2.0.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Where's my notes?
Design-
So, well, the basic thing I wanted to just, can you hear me okay?
Yep.
Okay, cool. So the thing to share first off is that we picked a time in a second meeting. So we have a meeting every Monday at 7 p.m. CET for our current version of the DApp. We have the issues that are in there that have been being reported all this time, and a lot of them have kind of been dropped as feature requests, or when we look at what it would take to change that, just doesn't make sense to implement it in our current iteration. So saving it for the next, which that's the time to plan for that is now. So with Marco coming on board and Michael talking to some various developer teams that would like to take on something like this, what we can start doing right away is gather up the user feedback, the requests that have been put into GitHub, and start mapping those to specific use cases so we can prioritize what to design and build first. So we'll have a meeting on Mondays, which I think has been determined to be right after the other one at 8 p.m. And that will be to start to kind of issues and requests and map them to use cases and to requirements that we can give to developers. So that's where the process is right now. The other thing I wanted to bring up about that is I created an issue on the Giveth Galaxy repo almost a month ago now about redoing our donor page on there. So when we're thinking about a redesign in Giveth 2.0, I'm encouraging that we don't just think about it as the DApp as its own thing, but this is our public face. Our user experience is more than the DApp. It's our website, it's our wiki. And creating a new use case and workflow for our donors may very well start with the web page itself. When somebody says they want to give to Giveth, they should be able to go straight to giveth.io, click the donate button, and have a positive experience from there that easily flows into the DApp and gives them the information they need there. So that's just what I've been mapping a little bit, and I'm excited to have Marco looking at this from a systems thinking perspective with me. The course that we're taking, I really think this could be that real world example in some way of what we utilize the skills that we're developing together to apply to this project. And I'm excited about it. I feel like it's been a long time coming. So that's just what I wanted to share. I'd love to hear what anybody else has to think about it. And
I'm excited too.
Can I go next?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. Here, Danny. Thanks for the update. Just had one question. You said that you mentioned that we should be saving our time, or not, like these current issues that we have on GitHub, that we shouldn't work on them until we get to the 2.0 overall prioritize issues from user interviews. But my question is, like, how long will it take us to actually redesign some stuff and push it live? I'm thinking more of like taking like shorter sprints, weekly sprints, and then maybe fix some current stuff that is burning or burning issues, just to to upgrade the usability and the overall UX. Some smaller steps we can take, but thinking along the 2.0, right? Because if we now map everything out, and yeah, we have this, we wanted to work on that, and it will take us like 2-3 months, we still have 2-3 months the old site or whatever, the old app. And I'd rather fix some stuff along the way. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I'd rather do some shorter weekly sprints,
Feel you,
and
Marco.
then
You're talking.
and then win the marathon. You know what I mean? Because there are some issues on GitHub that, or I was making the milestone, and noticed some stuff and reported some stuff, and these are like small issues that we can fix like right away, right? And it will the app will be immediately much better. And while we do that, we build the 2.0 right in the background, in the parallel. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's how I think we should approach that. I don't know. Anybody has anything to comment on that, or?
I completely agree. I mean, I think that we should definitely hit some of this while we're here. The only struggle we have is that notice there's no devs on the DApp in this call right now.
Yeah,
and then
yeah,
they're really,
yeah.
we have a little bit of a lack of resources. I think that's going to get better. We have a lot of feelers out there, and really it ends up being a call that Michael has to make on where we can allocate our resources. But at the same time, if we have the design, and a clear path forward, then we can always put Gitcoin bounties on it, and we can always say this is what we want to do, and so this is where it's like it all initiates from you. If you're like, I mean, I know I have like a pet peeve with the donation flow. It bugs me.
Yeah,
I think
and exactly, and that's what I'm saying. Like, if I can work within the current system, within current app, like no changes in visual designs or whatever, but actually like fixing the user flow, maybe pushing a button over here or over there, so we actually not requiring anyone to slice anything new, to implement any new whatever. So we're just reusing the same components, but we're making it like from the UX point of view and usability and the whole user flow, we make it better, right? So
Yeah.
and we actually build the 2.0 so inside a current DApp, in current design or whatever you want, how UI, okay. And then we reach the end where we just put a final coding and redesign the whole thing, and enhance it a little even further. I think that's the best approach, but everyone can comment.
It's definitely up to you. It's definitely up to you.
Yeah.
In the end, we need to completely throw away our code base. So
Okay.
that's
Okay.
just something we have to. It's spaghetti code.
Exactly.
Like, it's really
And
bad.
yeah, I get it. Yeah, exactly. And that's why we should maybe do that as well, because we won't waste any resources on now implementing some new UI or whatever changes, or even like partially take some sections and redesign. So I that's the best way. And yeah, so the first step would be Danny to meet to review the interviews, make issues from them, and see what we can start tackling first. That's something probably we're going to discuss on Monday's meeting. And yeah, take it from there. Yeah, we're going to
what
see
would
with
be
Michael how.
another valuable thing would just be to make a campaign for Giveth Design and run it, and then you would become a campaign a campaign manager, and you get to experience that.
Exactly.
That
Yeah.
way. You know, and you could try to dog food Giveth a little bit. I think there would be
Exactly.
value there.
Sure. I'm gonna make a note about it. So hold on
And
a
you
second.
can, you know, I can throw you some funds, and you can donate to like a few milestones or something that you want just to have that experience, and
Sure.
you know, we can start really. You can become a user yourself, and man, it's
I have to, and I want to. So
yeah.
because
So
that's how I encountered some of the issues as well, you know, while using the app. So that's the best way to actually fix stuff. So yeah, and one more thing, if I can continue just with the second point, Danny mentioned the web page and starting point for everyone here there. I totally agree that needs to be redesigned, and that's something that actually we can done as well in parallel. That can go much faster, but it all starts with the good content and a messaging, like a good narrative on the homepage. So it's not like juicy graphics or whatever. I can, you know, help structure the homepage, and everyone can get involved as well. I would like information around the content. So if someone can share, or no, agree if you shared the content folder, but if you can share me a folder with whatever content you think that should be on the website, the homepage, that I can maybe, you know, take out some parts and then, you know, create some sort of a wireframe, and then, you know, we can go through that and make some editorial changes. And once that's approved, then we can do the design, like, you know, the visual styles and the rest.
Marco, are you? Are you talking about Giveth.io? Because that one is pretty recent. I do agree. Like when it comes to like the donate.giveth.io, that one should definitely be updated. So on that one, I'd love to collaborate for sure.
Okay.
I think there was this like desire to merge the vibe of the DApp or at least Giveth 2.0 and Giveth.io. And so I would say that there at least should be some kind of website discussion between Chris, Kai, Marco, and Danny, as there's something brewing. So it'd be nice. I don't know if that should be like a room in Riot, or maybe it just happens in the Giveth design room.
Yeah, it could be in the Giveth design room, I guess, so we don't end up with thousands rooms. But yeah, sure. Chris, ping me, ping Kai, Danny, you're also there, so we can discuss that as well.
Perfect. I do want to move to is Bowen, are you back?
Yes. Sorry. Yes, I am. Is it my turn? Okay.
I think so.
Because I'm running it in Brave, I'm gonna have to just share my whole screen. So forgive that for just a moment. Here we go. All right. So if you're familiar with what the normal like Giveth Bridge dashboard looks like, it doesn't look all that much different, except for now. If you go there, you'll see that there's a sort of header thing that connects to MetaMask now, and it displays your address. If you happen to be a security guard, which I am, it allows you to actually like click a button and have it automatically check in for you here. And if any payments are ready to be dispersed, this is actually conditional, but I have it just showing right now. If there are multiple payments, then you can hit this button and then we'll all go out. If you need to delay a payment, you can delay a payment. It comes up with a little modal and it asks you the delay in seconds. If you submit it, then it will just delay the payment right then. Also, and we'll be able to see this in a couple of hours, when a payment is ready to be paid and it's approved, it will then actually show a pay button here right next to the delay button. which also works because I paid out a milestone of it yesterday. So all of this is actually running. It only one of the big improvements was we noticed that the Feather server was crashing constantly because of just the enormous amount of info that was being pulled from it all the time. The actual code was set up to like ask for the entire database every 5 seconds. When it was supposed to be every 5 minutes. So not only did we paginate it, so it only loads like 2 pages at a time. Like you'll notice when I click to page 2 there, it now says page 2 of 4. So it just loaded the next 2 pages in the background. Also, which I guess everybody saw before, if it recognizes your address, it will put your name in the recipient field now. If you click on any of those, it will take you to the DAP profile page for that address to show you like what other milestones that might be, which comes in handy if for some reason the milestone link doesn't happen. But every single one of these payments milestones now links, as far as we can tell, properly to the milestone that it is connected to.
That's awesome.
So even on the ones that where it's paying out both ETH and DAI, it seems to be working to show the right milestone. There was just some really weird like search logic that had to happen to make that work. But all of that's working, and it's working on this machine. Frederick's testing it on his right now, and I hope to have it merged so everybody can use it hopefully later today or tomorrow. So that's
Nice.
that. This has been a long time coming, and I will still do some beautification for it because not everything, obviously, you know, I love the purple buttons, but I would like to make it match everything else. So that's what I've been doing. I hope it's now become a useful tool for everyone, rather than just me and Griff.
It already looks more like something I want to use.
Yeah. Yay! Then I'm doing my job.
Yeah,
Which
you are.
originally, as we said, my job was to eliminate my job. So I'm doing it like piecemeal.
Out of curiosity, 24 hours, I guess that's the next step, right? Is once you get the bridge monitor back and it's worked for a few weeks.
The bridge monitor's been up for 3 weeks now. I kind of wanted to make sure that it wasn't going to die over the course of a month, and then I guess next meeting, I will put up the transaction on the multi-sig.
Okay.
If that sounds good. If that sounds okay with everybody. Cool. Well, that was my piece. I hope everybody finds it useful. I mean, I think that no matter what version of the DAP I end up using, I think that this tool will still be relevant, at least in everything that it does, if not the code that's used to do it. So,
I mean, I imagine this DAP will always be there. Like, I don't think we will. I think we will maintain it and use it for a long time, even if because there are people on it. So we'll have 2 versions of it. This is how I expect it to go. We'll have 2 versions of that for a while, and then eventually, maybe a long time, we'll deprecate it, but it'll take a long time. But hey, we are hitting the exact point in time. There is one more agenda topic.
I mean, it's a fireside agenda topic.
Yeah.
I'm fine to just remind people what it is so they can munch on it and if they come up with any ideas. So it's just, we were planning tentatively thinking about going to Cardona to stay at the castle for 2-3 days at the end of our retreat time. But we decided against it because it's just going to be pricey and it's kind of like better for everyone timing wise. Seems like with what they're remodeling with the castle as well. So yeah, there's some ideas to go to some squats, but yeah, just keeping in mind like what are some fun things that we can do as a team together, maybe getting outside of the city, some adventure moments, bonding, 1-day trip or shorter or longer. If you have any ideas, throw them up on the Lumio, and ideally things that are not like pricey. And I think we could just check out now, right?
Yeah, I mean, does anyone? I think we can give it 20, 60 seconds for people to shout out ideas.
I would say better
Danny,
mushrooms than last time.
Oh.
Better mushrooms than last time.
Yeah.
See, if the mushrooms are better, like we don't even need to physically go to Cardano.
Yeah, right?
We're going somewhere.
It wouldn't be nice. Graffiti tour in Barcelona is awesome. I'd love to do it again.
Cool.
I'm sure there's lots of good hikes. I think Danny was mentioning hiking a mountain somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and the thing that we did, sorry, my food is burning. Sorry for the noise. The thing that we did last time with like Griff, we actually went out and gave some food to the poor, and that was actually a really nice experience. If there is like some like charitable experience that we could do, I really enjoyed that. It was a really like connecting moment to me. If it comes up.
I think that's a good idea. Cool. Well, I think we can check out then. Let's see. I will model the checkout process. Thank you guys. Great meeting. It was fun. It's always cool to just shoot the shit with less structure sometimes. I feel like we get a lot done, surprisingly. And thanks for the show and tell, Bowen. That was great. I'll pass it to Lorelai.
Okay, yeah. Thanks for your ideas on this stuff, and for this sweet meeting. I'm glad to see you all, and can't wait to make it real. Josh.
Thank you. Yep. One love. Enjoyed the meeting. I'm thankful to Marco for questioning how to bridge the gap earlier, i.e., shall we work on short term or shall we work on long term? Actually, no, let's do both and kind of mentality. I think that's fantastic. I want to say thank you again to Bowen for showing a fantastic bridge monitor demo. I understood you as well because I'm not so great at looking at code times, so it's good to understand you on that one. And thanks to everyone for just coming and being safe. I will pass it to Jeff because he hasn't said much.
Yeah. Great meeting. Excited to see everybody in 3 weeks or so. And really looking forward to reconnecting and moving forward on a lot of this stuff. Pass it to you, Bowen.
Yay, I'm glad you guys are as excited about the monitor and stuff as I am. It was good to see everybody. And I hope I get this pushed so you guys can play with it later. And pass it to Danny.
Yeah, thank you. Really happy to get to have all of these conversations with everyone and see some forward movement, everybody's feedback.
She's shitting itself again.
Come on.
Griff's practically.
Did you guys get me?
No, you were gone most of that. Yeah.
The last
You
part
were
was
really
cut out.
checked out. You really did the checkout great.
Well, I was on speed. I'm complete, and I passed it to Marco.
Thanks, Danny. Thanks. Well, thanks everyone. This has been a good meeting. Very productive. Very informative. Thanks everyone for all the feedback and everything. All the updates you gave. And looking forward to next week. It won't take long until the next meeting. So in a couple of days we see each other again. So thanks everyone. Oh, and I pass it over to Chris.
Okay. Yeah. Thanks for the meeting. It was energizing, and I needed this. So thank you very much. It's nice to see that everyone's busy and doing a lot of things, and it motivates me, and I need this. Yeah, I'm really so sad that Owen won't be able to make it though to Barcelona. I hope one day I will meet Bowen after working together for 2 years. I really hope that moment will ever come, and I hope Michael will also make it. And yeah, uh, very nice seeing all of you guys. And I don't know, is someone still left? I think Jeff went. Yeah, yeah.
Oh.
I think that's everyone then. Or Griff, maybe? I don't know if Griff. Yeah, Griff
No,
went. That's
Griff
everyone.
Griff was first.
All right, cool.
Hey,
Okay.
cool.
So, yep. Thank you guys. Good
And
meeting.
his webcam isn't working.
Can you hear him from here?
Good meeting, guys. We will talk to you soon, I'm sure.
Yep.
See you guys later.
Cheers. Bye.
Network problem occurring.
Do you want to still be the last?
I'm
through my
always the
screen?
last person.
Through my
Yeah,
screen?
see, Josh is still there. Hey, Josh. Ah, ah, ah. Oh, Chris is still here, though.
I think that's Chris's dead screen. He had 2 screens the whole time.
Oh, I see. Okay. Goodbye, Chris.